it's manageable in the day, but at night, nah, it's just no. There's no point.
Hello everyone and welcome to Call of Speed Tier 2. My name is Thomas and next to me is not Lewis but it's Lego this time. Thank you for joining the commentary box with me and hopefully we're gonna see a very enjoyable race. Lego, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, interesting. I think this is the first time I've done commentary for cars. I'm pretty sure it is. I've done commentary in various
Yep.
other leagues over the months and years of being involved in F1. So yeah, it should be quite interesting, especially with a track that is throws a lot of drivers off. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And well, it's not really that hard on picking up penalties, I think. Although the last few laps a lot of people picked up penalties, including me, so yeah, we have to wait and see. They can definitely play a factor. And yeah, interested to see how these guys will manage and on what strategy they go on. Because yesterday we saw the guys from on the super soft tire really struggling around lap 6, lap 7, and at the end I think they all got really bad results. Only Barras I think was the one with a good result, but I know Officer 1 and Smiley was in front of me, Silas as well, they all got bad results, so yeah, interested to see what tire people want to qualify on. I think the soft tire is the better one to be, but the super soft tire can definitely be a choice as well. We have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's an interesting one with the tyres, and you've got 33 laps, and it is a very high temperature management and tyre management circuit. You've got that front left that burns up a lot. You've got the final corner and turn 1, which are both right-handers. You've got the long right-hander of turn 3 as well. You've got the right-hander at turn 4 as well. So you've got a lot of temperature being generated and a lot of energy being put into the tyres. So they really are going to fall off towards the end of the stint, and even in the middle of the stint, because if you push too hard too early on, your tyres will burn up. And even myself yesterday, I was running a very high rear ballast, and the fronts are still burning up. So you've really got to be careful, and I wouldn't expect anyone here to be running a high rear ballast down setup rather. So it is going to be a lot of management, and that might favour slightly more the two-stop in the lower tier because of the the slightly lower speed for these guys. I think it's going to be more of a favourable two-stop, let's say, than the tier 1 guys for sure.
Yeah, I think you got a good point there. Easier for these guys to make a two-stop with the advantage they can gain on fresher tires. Well, we have to wait and see. At least then X47 is out on super soft tires, so interested to see what lap time he can put in. Let's get it up on screen.
Yeah, everyone currently out on either mediums or super soft, so it's going to be a case of people going out doing a super soft dummy run and coming back in. Which that's the sort of lap I would expect for a dummy run in 18.5 and very conservative last sector, I would have thought. And yeah, and the guys on the mediums will be popping a lap in and then trying to lap on the softs later on in the session.
Yeah, I think so. Real life Robin on medium tires as he completely got the track. I think he lost it. And Mitch with an 18.6 on mediums as well. So yeah, I think just everyone on the super soft tires is just relaxing and putting their laps together but not pushing.
Yeah, X427 was a 10th slower than Mitch in the last sector on two grade softer tyres. So yeah, that does show that he was lifting off or being conservative.
Yep.
Although having said that, he wasn't actually, yeah, unless they have to lap in like lean fuel or something, because the lap itself wasn't really impressive in any of the sectors individually. So yeah, it's a little bit surprising that one, but at the end of the day, he's going to be wanting to go on those tyres by the looks of it.
Yep, Donamo really was driving quite slowly. 127. That's almost a different track. I think he went shopping.
He's got a lap on the board.
Yeah, at least you can say so. Yeah, people retired straight away. He still got in front of them at least. Oh, what was that tire barrier thing? It was a tire wall just glitching around and just popping up on screen. What the hell? Low.
Again, Mitch goes even faster, and it's going to be a case of these guys on the mediums. If they go for one lap, the tyres aren't going to be at their best, so you are going to have to put 2 laps into these tyres, even if it's just a slow warm-up lap, you can still generate a lot more time if you just take them out for that warm-up lap first and then go for another one. You can gain up to about half a second, I found. And preferred it's a little bit wobbly there on exit turn 4.
Let's see, we go on board with him. I think he's pushing again. Yeah, it's like sort of it's a skill because you got only one set of soft tires, so it's a skill to put in that one ultimate lap or two ultimate lap if you go out a little bit earlier. But on the other hand, it's like so shit that this game you can't select the tires you want for your quality, because now people are set to do just one run, and we got 11 minutes of qualifying, we got 18 minutes at the beginning. It's just nothing is happening, only the last minute. If people got more soft tires, they will be jumping up and down the grid and just putting in their laps. Now it's just waiting for the last 2 minutes really to see what everyone can do on the soft tire if they do so.
Yeah, to be fair, it was something that I struggled with yesterday. I mean, I was behind my teammate, which I'm pretty sure what a lot of guys watching Tier 1 yesterday were a bit taken aback by. But yeah, it's a very, very tricky scenario. You've got your medium lap in, and you're sort of down towards the back end of the field. You want to be up the front, and you go, okay, I've really sort of got to push here. And even then, even though you've got that banker lap in mediums, you still feel the pressure on yourself to do well and to excel, and that can get to some people, especially these guys at the top of Tier 1. Obviously it's very early on in the season. This is race number 5, and we've still got another 15, 16 races to go, depending on which way you look at it. So it's a very long season, and unlike a lot of other leagues where they will have 10, 12 race seasons, it is a very long season, so there's plenty of time left for guys to make up. And it's qualify. It doesn't all happen in qualifying as well. You can qualify 5th. You can still finish P1, P2, P3. And to be honest, for a lot of these guys that that muck up their soft runs towards the end of the race, qualifying. Sorry, I would expect them to get a podium at least anyway. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I think that's a really good shout. Yeah. On Amo now with a 1:18.3. Yeah, this is just, well, Bonia is really close, so just not the times you're looking for. Let's see if anyone is on a quick lap now. Matrix on. Oh, it says super soft tires, but I can see on TV it's mediums.
I think Robin's on a quick lap. Real Life is pushing on them soft tires. He's already put 1 lap in.
Oh, he's already out on soft tires. Interesting.
So this would say to me he's trying to put a good lap in on softs quite early on, and then see where that puts him in the session. Obviously he's quite far down at the moment, but I reckon that would have been a banker lap. We saw a couple of other drivers doing it earlier on, but yeah, he's definitely pushing this time round.
Oh yeah, and then just waiting for the end of the session, going out on super soft tires, and if he needs to improve he can do so. Otherwise he can just let off and go with his soft run. Sorry.
He was very wide coming through the uphill right-hand of turn 9, I think it is. And yeah, he's struggling a little bit here. Him and Preferred, I was watching a few laps ago as well, he's almost 1 gear too low in every corner. So what you're doing there is you're ruining your momentum through that section of corners where you're using that lower gear, because every time you accelerate and you're changing gear, you're losing time. And it's not much, granted, but every time you make a gear change where it's unnecessary, you're doing 1 down and 1 upshift too much, so you're losing around a 1/10 of a second roughly every time you make that gear change, because you're having to effectively, the car is having to shut off the power for that split second, and that affects your exit speed.
Yep, it does. Yeah, it's just those slight difference in that ultimate lap and just the 10th or the 2/10ths under it, and these little things can really make or break your lap, to at least say so. As Robin did a 1:18.9 on soft tires. I think he made a mistake or something with that time. Not really.
It was a very sloppy lap, to say the least. So I think he's either not done much practice at this track, or he's just really struggling because he was very, very wide through quite a lot of the corners. So yeah, I'd be disappointed if he didn't put a decent lap in on supers, that's for sure, because his softs are going to be burnt up and he's not going to go faster on mediums now. So he needs to get back in the pits and get on those supers in the next sort of 4 minutes or so to make sure he can get a lap in on those tyres.
Yep, definitely, definitely. But maybe he already know he's gonna go for a super shot stint, and just making his opponents doubt about what the strategy will be, and then he's just going on super soft tires at the end, just putting in that ultimate lap and making the 2-stop or maybe the 1-stop, because I know the two Saubers, then X47 and Mitch, they are going to try the super soft to medium stint, if that one is gonna work. So that's gonna be interesting, because I think Perez tried that as well yesterday before the safety car came out. So yeah, it is doable, but I think you will struggle a lot at the end of both stints, really, if you want to do so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one. Like you said, the safety car helped out a lot of drivers yesterday that were either at the back of the field or were on that hindered, should we say, one-stop strategy, because it's not favourable. Let's be honest. It's you lose so much time through not only tyre wear but tyre temps as well. So it really does affect your race, and because the track here is so dependent on how quick you are around corners, it's so easy to overtake. You know, you can swoop around the outside of somebody quite easily. And I think a lot of drivers yesterday were finding that out. But regarding to these guys, yeah, if you can one stop off of the off the super soft tyres onto the mediums, and fair play, all credit to you, because it is not an easy strategy, and that's
Yeah,
why
definitely.
people use the softs. So if anyone does manage to do that, hats off to them, and good luck with their strategy, that's for sure.
That's for sure, yeah. As Robin retired with 6 minutes to go, really strange, but okay. As Juventus is out on super soft tires, so that's interesting.
He's on an outlap at the moment.
Yeah, still some people on medium tires. Let's see, fitted. Yeah, people going out on soft for the outlap.
Currently, the only guys to set a lap on the softs are Dan and Real Life. So we've only got two guys that set a lap on the softs at the moment, but there are the top five are all out on softs. Sorry, top four are all out on softs, and Steve preferred it, and Matty are also on soft tires.
Yeah, I was in a party with Roland together today. Tested out some things, helped him with his setup, so hopefully he's gonna do a good job. He's the guy
They
who
go
got
down with an 18.0.
down, then Robo, yeah, good lap. Already on 2-lap old soft tires. So if he's gonna start on these set of tires, there already be a little bit of tire wear on them. And Matrix is just 3/10 behind it. Now on fresh soft tires, but they still got a lot of time left. I don't know why these people go out that early on soft tires, because if they do, for example, 1 or 2 laps, there won't be time enough to pit and put on super soft tires or something, or just get a new load of fuel in and go again. It's just, this is it, with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go.
It's a strange one. It was the same in Tier 1 last night. Everyone went with sort of 3 minutes to go, and you were sort of thinking, sat on the track thinking to yourself, have I made a mistake here? Have I, misjudged the time? And a lot of the time you will get caught up if you're on an outlap in that traffic that is going onto a lap. So it is quite, it's quite tricky to judge. And if you've got to pull over for the guy behind you that's on a flyer, you're going to lose time. So it's quite a tricky situation to be in, especially if you're the guy on an outlap. But yeah, these guys getting faster and faster now. As we see Don Ramos getting 17.4, which is 6 tenths faster than Dan at the moment. Juventus in off the super soft, so he's obviously going for a lap on the soft tyres. So he's come in off the super softs. He's done an outlap, he's done a fast lap, and now he's come in. So that's quite interesting there.
Maybe just dummying the opponents. And just make them guess he was going to go on super soft tires, and now just pitting for the soft tires, because he will got time if he goes out now. So even for two laps.
Ricky's back out on mediums.
He's in with the pits now. As his teammate is coming across the line, Matrix on soft tires. 1:18.5 he did, and the medium time was a 1:18.3. So not even
Again,
improving
maybe
on his
just heating
medium
up those
time.
tyres.
Yeah, but he ran ERS mode 4 the whole lap. So yeah, if you eat out the tires, I think that's just, you can do that in none as well. Now your ERS is at 40% for him, so he will have less ERS power at the end of the lap. So he needs to save the next lap, and maybe he can put in another lap, but then he will be on 4-lap old soft tires for the beginning of the race. I don't think that's
I think he'll be alright on this set. Honestly, he looks to be pushing at the moment. We'll see at the end of the lap what time is. Dan also out on super softs very shortly. Steve out on softs. He's on 18.0, so that's actually a decent lap.
Yeah, Steve, by the way, is the Racer 555 from last week. Yeah, PlayStation decided to let people change their names, so that's why. But Steve is the Racer 555 from last week, so it's nothing major. We don't have a new guy as he's coming into the pits.
That's his qualifying over then. So he is starting on softs.
And Ricky, he needs to go out if he wants to put in a move on.
He's got to get a move on here.
Yeah, I see his box moving as his engineer is coming out. And he can go. Just in time.
Just have to wait for that.
He will have to hurry.
Sorry?
He will have to hurry. 1 minute, 39 seconds. Ooh.
He's got time. He's got plenty of time. He's got plenty of time. It's a 1:18.90. Oh, Matrix. Matrix is disconnected.
Ooh.
That is huge considering where he's in the championship as well.
Oh,
he needs to get back in ASAP.
Yep.
He needs
to. Or is he? On my screen it says he's already in, but he needs to rejoin if you... No, he don't have time enough, I think.
He said he left the session at the bottom of my screen, so...
Yeah, same for me, but I can see him in the pit box now. So...
Oh, Matthew Robbo.
Oh, Matthew Robbo, yeah. I got up to him as well.
Oh, no, I think he's trying to let through one of the guys, but that's not going to help his tyres at all. He's having to stop on track. This is what I mean about the fact that he's gone later. Look, he stopped on track. This is really, really bad. His tyres are going to be cooling off, and he's not going to be able to get the temperature back up.
What is he?
He's trying to let everyone through, but he's going to have stone cold tyres. He needs to get a move on, get back on track.
He's trying to do so. Oh my god! Yeah! What the hell is going on? Huh?
And that was MP.
Oh, he got 5 place grid penalty for that.
And that's why you don't sit around on the edge of the track, folks.
Oh, I saw just a Renault flying into Matthew Robbo there. Oh my days.
It was going to happen. I tell you, it was going to happen as soon as he started going to the outside of the track. You could see it coming, and that's his qualifying over.
Yeah, that's his qualifying over. I got a perfect helicopter view on that. That was amazing to see, but what was going on? Yeah, that was the best camera angle possible. We got it, but...
He's out of fuel. My rover's out of fuel. Oh, so that's obviously why.
Ah, that explains a lot. But he didn't get a penalty for that one, so... Yeah, lucky him.
There's not much he could do really in that situation.
Oh my god. Yes, blank. Oh, what is...
So Matrix is back. Oh my god, he's timed that to a T. He's back in. So we don't have any super soft runners apart from Dan Robbo, who's currently on track. And he's 6/10 off the pole time. Or if you want to be fussy, it's 0.999.
Yeah, watching Ricky now, championship leader as he comes up to the third sector. No, he's
and Dan Robbo's come in. He's bailed on the super soft lap. So he's currently P7.
I think this is everyone sorted. Only Fallen.
It's just Ricky. Ricky is our last runner.
Ricky backed off as well. We got Fallen.
Ricky's backed off, so it's...
Yeah.
So can he take pole?
I haven't watched this lap at all, so we just got to wait to see when he crosses the line. But no.
It's not going to be pole, I'll tell you now.
118 dead. P7, ooh, just in front of Dan Robbo, the other super soft runner.
God, that's so tight in that mid-pack. Look at that, you've got 2 10s separate 6th to 13th in the field, just over 2/10 of a second.
That's crazy. Crazy stuff. Yeah, and we got 1,000 between Mitch and Ginger Ninja.
Unbelievable. You've got a 10th of a second separating 6th to 9th. That is incredible. Look how close that field is.
Amazing. Yeah, 1,000 between Vermeer and Fallen as well. These guys are really going for it. Crazy stuff. Yeah, this tier 2 field is really well mixed, and that's why we got almost a different winner every week, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, Ricky leading the championship really comfortably with 62 points. Behind him is Matrix, his teammate, on 34 points. Giginia on 33 points and Mitch on 32 points. So it's so close in that midfield. Like Ricky, he needs to make sure he's just finishing really. And just needs to score solid points every week to really make sure he extends or holds the gap that he's got now.
It's a really interesting grid because you've got a lot of guys like Ricky starting P12. He didn't do a lap on the soft tire. He must have invalidated. He must
I think so, yeah, because suddenly he backed off from 4th ERS mode to 0. So he must have made a mistake or indeed invalidated his
yeah,
lap.
he was 2 seconds plus down in the middle sector. He wasn't up on his first sector either, so he was slightly up by half a tenth. So it was a very, very sloppy lap from Ricky on those soft tires in the end.
Yeah, well, at least he got a free choice of tire now. And we saw Raikkonen and Doggy doing it yesterday. And they were in P7 and P8 just behind me on lap 7 or something. So it's definitely doable. And they started from the back, so Ricky still got a good chance. Because it's not easy to overtake around this track, but it's not that hard. I mean, with the DRS sections and easy to make mistakes. Like, you can make overtakes around here. But you need to be close though.
Yeah, it's a very undulating circuit, so you've got a lot of bumps. The curbs here as well were volatile, quite frankly. And you know, like you said, it's not difficult to overtake. It's not the easiest either, but there is a lot of corners where you have the possibility to overtake, or there is a lot of chances, you know, a lot of errors that can be made. For example, you can go up the inside into turn 1. You round the outside if you can, turn 2 to turn 3, turn 4 as well, turn 5 of course, and then you've got the hairpin, and then in the last sector if you can get close enough and someone makes a mistake, then you know you've got yourself an advantage there as well.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, but what I noticed is that when you're really close through that first sector you can make the overtake, but if you're just a little bit further behind, like 7/10 or something, although it's a very long straight, it's still really hard to make an overtake. You really need to be close to make the move, as well as if you defend the inside, you have the inside for like the corner after that, so it's still not over yet if someone makes a move around the outside, for example. So you can defend as well around this track without just getting blew away by DRS and 4th ERS mode.
Yeah, I think with this track, because it's such a high downforce circuit, overtaking on the straight, and I'm pretty sure it'll be the same here in Tier 2 tonight, is that the straight line speeds are so down. You know, normally in circuits, it's not a short, long front straight here either. Let's be honest, it's quite a long front straight. You know, yep. Circuits like Silverstone, where it's a much shorter front straight. But because of the downforce requirement here is so high, the straight line speed is just so low. So unless you can really get your setup off to a T with a low downforce, you're gonna suffer from straight line speed. So we'll be able to tell if somebody's got a fast straight line speed set up here, and it'll be interesting to see if anyone has gone for that, to be fair, considering they're all starting on softs as well, so two.
Yeah, only Oaksy and Fallen are on super soft tires.
That's a mistake for me, Oaksy. Don't know why he's starting on supers in that position.
I know someone pressed X, didn't see who, but maybe he didn't have enough time, because maybe he was going to go for a P or something. That's what I do, at least after quali, and then I just hope no one presses X, because then I can just relax and go again, make sure my strategy is alright.
Yeah, quite a lot of the time I'll do off to toilet during the 2 minutes.
Yeah, the same for me, so
just helps get rid of any nerves. But yeah, some of these guys starting on slightly colder tyres than others, and it's going to be an interesting run to turn 1. Everyone on the soft tyres though, so off the start it should be quite even. Be dependent on who's running medium traction control, who gets a better start, etc. But it's going to really come down to who's the quicker driver in the next couple of laps.
Yep, definitely. As we're waiting for the lights to go on, everyone is in their grid slots. As we got 3, 4 and 5 lights. And we're still not away we go, because it's happening every single week. Away we go, now for the Spanish Grand Prix. Good start from Donamo, he's not losing the lead.
Stuff from MP as well at the back.
Start from MPS. OC just had a terrible start at the back. Oh my god.
Ooh, one of the
Don't
Renault's
break the
off.
front wing.
Contact. And that's MP as well, who made a great start initially.
Oh,
And there's a
Ferrari!
bit, oh my goodness.
Oh, the two teammates.
That's a huge incident.
The two Ferrari teammates are off. That's terrible. Ricky and
MP had a
Matrix.
great start, all the way up from the back into 11th already, 8 positions. Juventus as well, up 8 positions.
Days,
And Matrix has had
Juventus.
an awful start.
Ooh, Vermeer. That's not what you want. 5 seconds to go for corner cut and gaining a place. Interesting. Matrix now fighting with real life. Both Ferraris got wing damage and Ricky's got really bad wing damage. Oh, Ricky. It's not looking good. Oh, Matrix got a good run on Robin. Side by side now, Robin defends the inside.
A lot of the guys managed to get away without wing damage in that first. I think there's only 4 cars with wing damage. It's amazing somehow.
Yeah,
But,
somehow.
yeah, still really bad for the Ferrari boys. And if Ricky pits, this is going to screw over Matrix. So he's going to have to try and beat his teammate into the pits here. Is he going to try?
Oh, that's not going to be a happy party if he
Oh, Ricky with the corner cut. Matrix stays out, yep. So that's going to affect his race. And he's holding up a huge train at the back now. We've got Matty also in. And
Well, talking about strains, look at what Steve is causing as Juventus got passed for P7. Look what's going on there, 5 cars, as there's a MP going wide. That's just the dirty air affecting you right there.
Juventus up to
Ramo-
P7 from 17th on the grid. What a start he's had.
Amazing scenes. Let's put the position
There goes
change
Dan
up.
Bravo up the
Yeah.
inside. No, he's back down there. Still, oh,
He
a
got
little nudge
touch.
on the back, and he might have got a bit of wing damage there.
On my screen his wing is still fine.
Yeah, maybe just I didn't see anything fly off, but you never know. This game is a bit buggy
Yep,
with that sort of thing. Got a much better run out of turn 9.
Oh my
He's up
god,
with
the
close
Renault! Oh, he was almost losing it there. Got it safe though.
Very defensive from Steve as well there, actually. The MP is having had such a good start. You don't want him to throw it away.
Yeah.
quite so early on.
Yeah, that would be a shame, definitely. But just look at how much Juventus pulled away already. He got past at turn 1, and now he's already 1.7 seconds away from Steve. So he will not have DRS, Steve, and he needs to defend from Dan Rubber. No DRS yet because lap 3 just got started.
Oh, so
But
slow in a
will
straight
come.
line, and here
Oh.
he comes. Always yellow in sector
blanky
3, and
blank.
that is blank.
We're
Easy
focusing
safety
on the
car,
battle
maybe.
right here. Then Rubber around the outside. Or they touch. But then Rubber got past. Oh, MP going for it. MP is going for a move on Crowan. Wow. Nope, he isn't.
So Blank lost it out the final corner on the curb on the exit.
We did
And
a
he's
Harry.
been- Unfortunate for him. Ventus is on a charge though.
Yep, he is. He's
Behind
definitely
Fallen.
going for it. He's really quick. Yeah, the Fallen his tires are going off probably. Lap 3.
And he's probably
Going
got
to
another
lap
lap at best by the looks of it. And here comes Juventus. Fallen has the DRS, but he's not going to fight it. It's an easy move into P6 for Juventus.
Great move, Juventus. Get in. 11 places gained already. Amazing, amazing stuff.
Varmir as well, he doesn't look quick in front, so he's going to be up into the top 5 in no time here, Juventus.
And then Robo already 1.2 seconds clear from Steve. Well, now needs to defend from the teammate of Juventus, Crowan, as DRS will be activated right now. So this will be an easy move. Maybe MP can make a move as well. Double overtake.
Steve's a sitting duck here. Steve's got 2 cars with DRS behind him. He's defending like a madman. He's not going to be able to do it. Is MP going to get past around the outside of turn 1? Is he going to make it stick? No, he doesn't go for it in the end.
Oh no.
Backs off.
So he will lose a lot of time now behind Steve, unless he can make a move coming out of
He
this
might get
turn.
past here. He's got a lot more speed to turn 3, but he's backed off and he's killed his momentum into turn 4, and he's going to have to try again. Coming out of turn 9, I reckon. Matrix still out with that front wing, by the way. He's not gone in for repairs. He's
And he's
continued
gaining.
on.
He's gaining. He's closing the gap to Steve and MP. So
Steve looks very slow there, to be fair. I think he's got wing damage. Did he get wing damage? No, he hasn't. Like he had from a quick camera swap I have there. Oh, MPY through turn 9. Where's the boys disconnected?
Connected from
Yeah,
P4.
so he's disconnected from
Ooh.
P4. So he's going to be very slow now from the AI, and that's going to promote Juventus again.
Yeah, maybe Juventus can
Once
get
he
past
gets
his teammate Vermeer. Yeah. Needs to be close right here. Oh. A lot of tires on the curb there. No, I don't think he's close enough. Unless he's got a amazing straight line speed, which he does. Can he hold it around the outside? Or they touch together, but Vermeer holds on. As they go past Wisey Boy now, he had problems in quali as well, left the session as well. And now Vermeer and Juventus are up to P4 and P5. They got a 7-second gap already to the top 3. As Jinjining is within a second of Mitch, who seems to be struggling a little bit on those soft tires. As Kroen, Kroen got past Wisey Boy. I got excited there, but yeah. Oh, and P!
That was Ninja very twitchy on the exit of turn 9. Just before that happened, I was about to say Mitch has kept the gap to Don Amos. He's not actually fallen off the gap. It's been about 1.6 for a few laps now, so he's at the same pace, maybe a tad slower over the course of a lap, but he's got to defend from Ninja as well now, so he's going to be thinking about his ERS and where he can defend, and Ninja as well saving up that ERS, so he's going to be very quick when it comes to overtaking.
Yep, he will, and now Juventus within 0.4 of a second, really close to Vermeer.
Steve as well. Fallen is in, so the super soft runners. One of them, two actually. Oaksy's the other one.
Oh, Juventus with a dummy! What a move! Breaking in time. Oh, great move from him. Fake to the outside, went down the inside. Great move from Juventus. Up to P4 now, but with 7.7 second gap to close now. He really needs to step up the game a little bit more, but he already gained, let's see, 13 places. Oh my days. And people will gain 11 places. We got some big losses today, but we also got some great winners at the moment. And Steve's just back down to P9.
But he's all the way down in P14. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, at this point I'm on the verge of giving up. Let's put it that way.
It's a shame, it really is. He was going so well in P4. He's still not back in the car either.
Oh, Fallen!
And the Fallen is gone.
On fresh tires. Maybe he lost it because they were cold. Can't see what happened, but it's... This is really strange.
And Ninja's catching up to Mitch now. Mitch is really starting to drop off of Don Amos because of it. Because he's fallen back by nearly 4/10 in the last lap. He's going to be close enough into turn 1? I don't think he is, you know. But the overspeed with the DRS has a little look, but nothing more than that. He's actually hindered his entry as well there, and he's lost a bit of time. Yeah, the gap is very tricky to get close down here with the lack of downforce. And there you go, lost it. On the outside, I think. Here's the Fallen. Outside of turn 3 and lost it straight to the barrier on the right hand side. Not sure how much of that was driver error, more intentional, but nonetheless, Mitch has caught back up to Don Amos, so maybe a little mistake potentially.
Maybe didn't notice it really. Oh, and he got a little bit.
Taking a lot of time out of Don Amos right now. A lot of time. He's lost 4/10 this lap to the Sauber behind him.
Maybe saving his ERS, let's see. He's in ERS mode 1. Compared to Mitch. Oh, Mitch is in 0, so...
issues, I wonder. Maybe he's pushed too early on in the stint. He's got quite high tire pressures, and now he's suffering.
Even even when a new update is in, he's still struggling with tire pressures. Maybe tire temps, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, the tire temps around here are relentless. They are.
Yeah, I knew before the update.
Still going on sequence.
As Ninja is going for it. Nope. Nope. Can't make it stick. No, but it's really interesting because I know before the update it was really hard to manage your tires around the track. You couldn't really push.
He's struggling with tire.
You could push for like 1 or 2 laps, but your tires will be dead after that. So you have to manage them all the way through all the 33 laps. But after the update, I don't struggle with tire temps. I literally don't struggle with them on every single track, even not Singapore. It's okay now for me.
Yeah, to be fair, the mediums are fine. It's just that when it's the car's quite heavy with fuel, you've got a lot of energy being put into the tyres. So you know, there's a lot of weight in the car. So as soon as you get off the first stint, you'd probably be fine. To be fair, I did find that yesterday I was suffering a little bit with tyre temps, but I was pushing the car and I had quite an aggressive setup. So maybe that was why. Again, it is sometimes down to how the driver manages the car and the tyres themselves. So yeah, it is tricky, especially around this track. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a very easy track to do it on. But as we see now, he's pulled another 6 tenths.
Yeah, I just want to say. So we're talking just rubbish, and then when we try to be serious, he's just destroying our arguments. As Nia going down the inside, he got past with the DRS, number 69. Great for the meme. As he got past, and Juventus is not able to close the gap.
To stay in the session. Also struggling is Mitch now, because he's dropped right off. I think he's got tyre temp problems now, so Ninja's going to be pushing on to Don Evans. We're going to have a 3-way battle for the win here.
Yep, I was on board with Ninja, and you just saw Mitch sliding all over the place with the car. You see him sliding now as well. Every single exit, he's just struggling to keep the car under control.
Oaksy's in for a wing change as well. Matrix is also in. He's on a fresh set of mediums. So they are now 13th and 14th.
Yeah, Oaksy's not having a race.
He
probably hoped for him.
Whitey Boy's back in, but he's, oh my goodness, lagging all over the place. You can see why he's disconnected so many times already.
Yeah, down in P14, that's just his race down the drain.
Oh, and Oaksy's lost it.
Oh, lost it coming out of turn 2. He's just had
a wing change. Oh, the poor guy.
Oh my days. He got the nervous again.
Oh no. He's been out the pits 20 seconds and he's... Oh no.
On mediums as well. And he probably doesn't have an extra set of fresh mediums left, so he needs to put on like softs or super soft tires to make up for his mistake. That's, yeah. Oh.
There's another 25 seconds lost there. That's a shame.
Mitch is well out of second now. So Nia really put away. The gap to the Dynamo is still 1.8 seconds, but Mitch is just struggling a lot.
Shock Whitey Boy disconnects for I think that's the 4th time in 10 laps.
Yeah, he's putting up a record. How many times you can join and leave the session before the race ends. As then Robo is struggling as well. Brogan caught up to him and empty as well.
Juventus. He dropped off.
Well, a lap ago he was outside of this 1 second window. Now he's 5 tenths behind Juventus. So he's really picking up the pace. Ooh, Oaksy. Also 5 seconds over speeding in the pace.
There's so in the wound at this point. Honestly, I don't know why he
I just rather
play, you know, he's kept going.
Yeah, but just give up, I would say. Yeah, unless you get a safety car, but he's 1 lap down already.
He's a lap down, so yeah. His 3rd race distance gone. Yeah, it's not a good race for him. Day to forget for sure.
Yeah, definitely. On to Monaco in the dark.
Meanwhile, MP very close to the back of Crowan in the McLaren. Turns to the inside. MP moves to the outside to attack. He's going to sweep round. He is trying to go for it, and that's a lovely move.
Great move, as his teammate is struggling. Oh, you don't want to be near Oaksy right now, I can tell you that one. Oh my days.
Wrecking ball right now in that second Renault, that's for sure.
He's moaning the grass, I think.
Oaksy went backwards off the start, MP did the opposite, and it's continued its course here later on in the race.
Oh no. 1.3 seconds now, MP is away from Dan Rober. Can he close up the gap so he can get within the DRS, because otherwise Quirwin will be right back at him. 6 tenths the gap is right now. As yeah, Steve is struggling a lot because Robin caught up quite easily. And now he's looking to get past Steve as well. Steve is running a really high downforce setup, I think, just like you said. It's just a boat in a straight line.
But yeah, these guys are going to be struggling on tyres now. It is going to be the beginning of the pit stops. So some action shortly, hopefully.
Yeah, I had my teammate Thomas in front of me, so yeah, it said scheduled to pit on lap 13, so I decided to go to pit on lap 12, so we are not destroying our races together. So I pitted this lap, went on medium tires and just tried to get the undercut. I don't know what's stronger on this track, undercut or overcut, I don't really know.
It's
Depends really on
really
how worn your tires are, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of lap time is lost through tyre wear because you can't push as hard. But yeah, this track for me is just I prefer not to talk about it. It's one of them tracks, so the less we talk about it, the better for me.
Well, you did a good job, to be honest. Only Altakir was just, yeah, I don't know. It was in a separate league yesterday, but
Don Amos has lost a lot of time in this last sector.
Let's see, 1.4 seconds now is the gap. Yeah.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't pit. Yep, he's pitting 100%.
Ginger as well. No, he's continuing on.
No. Mitch follows him in. Juventus, what will Juventus do? He's going to trigger a train behind him because he's got Varmit and Dan Robbo. MP's not too far behind either, with Crowan.
Ooh, he's
let's watch Juventus stays out. Varmit goes into the pits.
Oh, Crowan as well.
Pits. MP stays out, Crowan stays out. Steve pits. Robin stays out. Matty Robbo stays out. Ricky obviously isn't going to pit because he's already made a stop. And yeah, that's everyone.
That's everyone. Yeah, but Crowan didn't pit. Same
goes. Is Mitch going to come out in front of the Toro Rosso? I think he is. Yep, just about.
Oh,
he's going to be on cold tyres now.
But Crowan has to do another lap after this one, if Juventus is going to pit. Or is there a gap big enough?
Yeah, of course, it's Juventus. Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, so one of the guys had to stop this lap, really, because they will hold each other up in the pits if they both stop this lap. Or is 6 seconds enough? I don't think it is.
This game is, I mean, we saw Mercedes do it at China in the real Chinese Grand Prix last weekend, and it was something to watch, that's for sure. But mechanics on F1 2018 not so good.
Mwah. Not really. I think my sister can do a better job.
We'll see what happens.
Juventus. Yeah, he's coming in. So what is Crowan doing now? And P will probably pit as well.
Here, so.
Yeah, and P is just what? Talking about last moment, that's some definitely hit. And Crowan, yeah, he needs to continue on.
He was looking behind him, to be honest, and just waiting to see what.
Yeah, what Crowan was doing. As me.
Oh, Ninja! Look at that!
Oh, he's really close.
Look at that! He's right back with Don Amos, but he's going to lose time because of the cold tyres. But I'm pretty sure he's closer anyway. Let's just have a look.
Close 1 second. 1.1, 1.3 seconds was the gap.
He's going to be in a better position at the end of the race. That's for sure. He's going to have cold tyres to number. As long as he doesn't do something stupid, he just gets them into their groove nice and quickly. Because remember, Don Amos has that very slow McLaren in front of him. Oh no, he's well up the road, never mind. He's got the Renault, sorry, the lap Renault Oaksy, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Ooh, yeah, well, talking about that one, we saw Oaksy doing strange things this race, so maybe...
Ooh, that's the yellow sector one, that's Robin, and he's in the wall as well. I've seen a lot of guys do that.
Oh, on cold tyres.
We've seen, that's the third time. So that's, it's catching people out turn 2. It might be the curb. Looking at losing through turn 9. So Crowan short. Oh, he's all over the place, snaking around. Yeah, he's lost so much time. So he was with MP. Let's see where he comes out. The gap to MP is 20 seconds. Let's see where he comes out in relativeness to him.
And Donamo did a great job. He got within a second of Oaksy, so he got the arrest that lap. So he's pulling away from Nia now. Leia, let's have a look. Crowan.
Juventus up into P4. This is a great showing from him all the way up from last on the grid. Or was it last or was it?
30 places, 17.
17. Yeah. So not quite last, but a very, very good showing nonetheless. Ricky up into P5, but he will be stopping would have thought this lap, to be fair, because he can't go to the end on these tyres, and he can't go to the end on another set of softs. So I imagine he'll be pitting the end of this lap. Crowan has come out pretty much exactly where he was before. So he's just over a second behind MP. He's on a lap fresher tyres. So yeah, we'll see.
Going for it. Yeah, on cold tyres. Crowan on cold tyres. Yeah, got caught out. From very upper place.
Opportunistic move, and seeing obviously the overcut. He's on 2 lap older tyres as well, so he's going to have plenty of heat and then make it nice and easy. Dan Robbo as well catching Ricky now.
Yeah, Dan Robbo catching Ricky. Steve picks up a penalty.
That's a man who's struggling. He has really struggled. He's gone backwards from the start, and it's really not gone well for him, to be honest.
Yep, Sanamo's pushing, fastest lap of the race so far for him. And Ricky's just creating a train behind him.
Yeah, there you go, Ricky.
Oh, Ricky's in. Yeah.
Now this Crowan looking up the inside, turn 1, no, sends him off. Didn't have to do much to do so, but Crowan stays behind for another lap and he's losing time to MP. And having said that, he's lost a second already to MP and he was right with him. But MP's being held up by Don. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dan Robbo. Ooh, that could be huge. Ninja picks up a 3-second time pen.
Yep. So Mitch now virtually into P2. I don't know about Donamo. I think he picked up a penalty as well. Let's quickly have a look.
Mitch
one warning. No, he's on one
as well.
He's on 1 warning. Same goes on for Mitch. Okay.
Mitch repping the best number on the grid tonight, that's for sure. Number 98. So anyway, yeah. So Donamos leads. He's got a decent lead to Ninja, and then Mitch just behind as well. But of course, Mitch at the moment inherits P2, and this picks up the time penalty himself. So Ninja needs to get a move on.
Yeah, he really does. 1.1 second. If he just can get into that 1 second DRS window.
Here comes MP past Dan Robbo, and he flies past. And that's a man who's got straight line speed, I tell you now.
Yep, definitely. Good move for MP.
Past into P5, turn down, respond.
Juventus and MP, big winners this race. Both gained a lot of positions. Juventus with 13 places, MP with 14 places. Amazing stuff.
Gonna make the championship very interesting, I've got to say. Obviously it's still early on, very early days, but you never know. Oh, no, X47 and Ricky going side by side through turn 3. Ricky gets better off on fresh tyres. And I think X47 will be in at the end of this lap. Or maybe not actually, he's done 15 laps on a set of mediums, so he can go at least another 5 if he chooses to do so.
Can Ricky make those softs till the end of the race? Question mark?
Sorry. Ooh, and he loses it through turn 8. X47, and he's struggling on them tyres for sure, but Ricky now catching Perfodos in front, and he'll be looking to get into the points. Whether he'll manage to get many or not, we'll find out. He's got quite a long way to go though. He's some 5.5 seconds behind P10, and it's a further 8 seconds to P9, so we'll see what he can do. He's on the charge now. And Perfodos already struggling with fuel. That is... wow, that is surprising.
Or you really underfuel this car, or he's just burning it off like a madman, and now he needs to defend from Ricky.
He's not going to be able to defend here. He's in mode 4, but he's not got a chance. He might be in rich, I don't know. But Ricky's... oh, two very...
yeah, that was interesting.
Cars almost coming together there. And Perfodos runs wide as well, but very nearly.
That is it.
I think Ricky made it look a little bit worse than it was going onto the grass, but avoids the contact nonetheless.
Yeah, that was quite strange defending from Roland, but it ended up well for Ricky and for Roland as well, of course. And Crowan still really close to Vermeer, and Mitch still not within a 1 second window. Nope, he's not getting DRS. As you see,
I tell you
Oxy
what though,
struggling in the background.
I was gonna say that's Oxy. So
Yeah, I just want
oh
to
no,
say
it's
that's
not Oxy.
MP, but I missed an orange car there, so I thought, oh
So
wait,
Mitch is
that's Oxy.
much faster in a straight line. He's definitely caught Ninja there. But every lap he's not within that second window is going to be kicking himself. He's going to be getting to him. He's still got a long way to go, mind you. But every time he's burning fuel to try and get into that window, he's going to be even more frustrated and be slow at the end of the race. So he needs to try and get in that window as quick as possible.
Yeah, and don't forget that Nia is on 1 lap fresher tires, so maybe that can play a factor as well at the end of the race.
Corin still stuck behind Varane. Look at the time he's lost to MP. That's now up to over 3 seconds. Yeah, that overcut did not work out at all. But is into the pits. Now, what's happened there? Oh, he's on scrub softs. That's what it is.
Ah,
14 laps on a set of softs is doable. Obviously a bit of tyre management, but it is definitely doable. But he's a long way off any points. I wouldn't expect him to get any today, that's for sure.
yep, unless the safety comes out like yesterday, but I don't see that happening. Well, someone can make a mistake, of course, but yeah, this guy's doing a solid job right now.
Dropping back 3/10 that lap, so he's obviously been saving, or Ninja's been deploying his energy.
Still nothing. I think he's just frustrating himself even more and more and more every lap. He's so close, but just not close enough. And you need to save your ERS and fuel this parts of the track to really burn it on the straight.
MP is catching Juventus at a rate of knots here. It was half a second a lap faster.
Oh my.
Is Juventus struggling?
Let's keep an eye out on the gap. 3.3 seconds now is the gap. Let's see what's going on there. As Ricky got past Steve. Down into turn 1. .4 seconds now, just as we say it, MP is not closing anymore. Nice.
Yeah, well, I was just looking at the lap times. Juventus' last 3 laps was a 21.3, a 21.5 and a 21.8. MP's last 3 laps were a 20.0, a 21.1 and a 21.3. So he was half a second faster last lap. And he's almost half a second faster a lap at the moment. Obviously it's only come down by a 10th this lap. But yeah, maybe he was just, I don't know, he just seemed quicker at this point though. 3/10 in the final sector there. But it's going back up again now. Yeah, so I wonder what's going on in the cockpit about McLaren. It's not all unicorns and rainbows, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Ricky with the fastest lap, he's in P11. So if he wants that extra point, he needs to gain a place as Vermeer holds on to Crowan. Yeah, he closed in 2/10 there, MP. Yeah, probably Juventus noticed it as well, the last lap.
So he's definitely quicker. Whether he can make those tyres last long enough to actually get close and get past, we'll find out. He's got another 13 laps to do so. But yeah, it'd be an interesting development, that's for sure.
Yeah, both on the same amount of laps. Problem. Both on the same amount of laps, but Ricky, his tyre roll will go a lot quicker. His tires will go off a lot quicker compared to Matty Robo's tires. So yeah, needs to watch out for that
What
one.
could spice things up is if Matrix, because there's no way Matrix is taking these tyres another 13, 14 laps. Well, they did pit on lap 10, so it's an interesting one. But he could pit for super softs at the end. He's in P9. He can't really gain much. He's going to be losing time to the guys in front in about 8 laps time. So he could pit for supers. Pit stop is around 20 seconds. So he's going to come out behind Steve. But then he's only got to gain that time back, and he's going to be about 4 seconds of that faster at that point. So you never know.
Yeah, you never. Yeah, Matty Robo will be really slow. Steve as well. So yeah, just like you said, you never know. But yeah, it's gonna be a difficult one.
Steve has a stop go as well. So he's got 8 seconds in total. So that is something good for Matrix if he does choose to pit. Matty Robbo in front of him, only one warning, so that's not promising for him anyway. But yeah, so Matrix, I mean, for the sake of getting into the top 10 again, he might do so. I'm pretty sure he's just going to see where this race takes him now, though.
Yep, as Vermeer close the gap to Dan Robbo. So we got 3 guys now almost within a second. Crowan is just losing a little bit.
Juventus 2:21.5s on the last 2 lap. MP 21.5, 21.1 last lap. He did pick up a penalty though. He's got 3 warnings. He's actually had 3 warnings his last 5 laps, and he's got 6 seconds. So he's definitely not going to be finishing in front of Juventus. That's for sure. By the time he catches up to him, they got down to 2.7 now.
It's going to be huge. So these guys, Dan Robbo and Vermeer, I don't think they got a penalty, so they will gain a place as well because of the 3 seconds.
Juventus is squeaky clean at the moment, not a single warning, so he's good. Just a shame he's not further up the field.
Yeah, I lost out on that one, but I got to start really long way down, so that's why. But the top 3 is just driving exactly the same pace. They're still 1.7, 1.4, and the gaps just stay like that. It's like they just drive exactly the same pace.
Since the beginning, hasn't it? We've had about a 3-second gap covering everyone in the top 3 for what 23 laps now, apart from the pit stops, obviously.
Yeah, the only moment when they were really close were the pit stops, but then one of the 2 guys who were close together had cold tires, so they could pull away and create the same amount of gap it was before they made a pit stop. So yeah, there's not much going on in front of the field, and Juventus 40 seconds behind it. He's not really on for the podium fight, so it's really down to the midfield to make it an interesting race to the end. Vermeer closing up to Dan.
Time out of Juventus. Down to 2.4 now. And Dan Robbo got past Vermeer. We missed that one.
No. Vermeer is closing up to Dan Robbo. But he's just not close enough. He was within DRS, but he could have made a mistake. And Crowan is just losing out. He's losing a lot of time.
Matrix has gained on Crowan actually, which is pretty impressive, given the difference in tyres. Last lap time was a 21.1. Crowan did a 21.6, so half a second again. So he is much quicker than the guy in front. So you never know, he might stay out on these tyres. He's only got 5 seconds to make up to he's onto the back of Vermeer, so you never know, he might stay out. But he's got 15 lap old tyres compared to the guys in front of him who have 6 and then 4 lap younger tyres. So he's not in a good position in that sense.
Nope, he isn't. Yeah, he will be struggling a lot on those tires, definitely at the end. So he needs to get past Crowan as soon as possible, or he will lose time again. But it's really easy because Crowan has 2 lap fresher tires compared to the guys in front of him, and he's still losing time. So he's really struggling on the medium tires. As Vermeer with DRS is not close enough to get past Dan Robbo. The 2 Robbo brothers doing a good point.
Very quick. The guys begin to burn off their excess fuel and beginning to get faster and faster at this stage of the race.
Yeah, this is the moment where I always start thinking about, do I need to push now or just settle for this position? But in the case of Vermeer, I would just go for it and absolutely burn off everything I have to get past, and then make sure you hold on to that P6. But then Robbo is doing an amazing job defending that one.
Yeah, he's getting held up now, Vermeer as well. Crowan within 2 seconds now. But Matrix is beginning to drop off as well. I think he's beginning to feel the deg on those tires, although he is saving ERS. So, not sure about that one, how realistic that is in terms of pace. But Crowan will be seeing this battle in front of him and licking his lips because he can see that these 2 are sort of locked in a stalemate. They're not catching MP in front. MP is possibly going to finish behind all of these guys anyway. He's got 6 seconds of penalties, plus anything he gets in the last few laps. So it's going to be an interesting development to see if these guys are going to drop off of MP. But yeah, Crowan with a 21.4, that Matrix with a 20. I didn't get to see that time.
Oh, Vermeer goes for it. From the outside. Oh my god, he almost lost it.
Twitch there as well, yeah. This is all helping the guys behind. I haven't said that Crowan actually didn't really catch there. It's MP
Still
who's lost a lot of time actually. He was 1.8 beginning of the the end of the straight, and he's lost 4/10 somewhere, so he must have had a little bit of a mistake.
I think so. Yeah, the section they are in now, it's just impossible to overtake. Maybe after this turn you got a little DRS straight, but it's just not long enough to really make a move. Also because you got hindered a lot because of the dirty air coming through that corner, so you can't really be close to someone in front of you. And yeah, this section is just way too tight to make a move. I tried to make a move on Jamie yesterday, but it's just impossible. It's way too tricky and left right through here. You really need to set up the car to make a move on the start finish straight. Let's see how close Vermeer is this time. 8 seconds, 8:10 sorry, is the gap. It won't be close enough, I think. Great helicopter view though, but he's just not gaining enough.
The photos capturing real life as well. Or P13.
Oh, Donamo!
Now.
Mitch. Oh, Mitch is...
He's just outside at the moment.
Oh,
He needs to push. He really needs to put the foot down now. Because
Mitch.
he is... Well, he's 1/10 of a second off the win here. As long as he keeps... I'm pretty sure he's on
one warning
penalties now.
Yeah, he's on 1 warning. Oh, this is gonna be huge.
Very squeaky clean. 20.6 last lap. Donamos 20.7. Ninja actually 3/10 slower than both the guys around him last lap, so he's maybe struggling or just saving some ERS. He's got a lot now, double the amount of the guys around him. But yellows in sector 2 and 3. That is Oak City again.
No way.
He's got no front wing at all. Oh man.
Oh my days.
It's a good job he's down in P16 with nothing to lose. Oh my goodness. But Frodez gets past at real life as he makes a mistake coming out of turn 8. And that is P13 for the Dutchman getting over on his fellow Dutchman.
Again.
Okay, so
Again. Oh my days. This is just...
Looking catching up to Matty Rollo for that final points position. He's got 5 laps, so 6 laps to generate an overtake. Whether we'll get close enough or not, we'll find out. Matrix catching up to Crowan, who's still not managed to make any inroads on Varamir.
And Mitch is within...
in DRS range.
Mitch is within 3 seconds of Donamo, so he's on for the win.
He's what a massive... Don Amos, he's struggling. He is struggling now because that gap was what, just over 3 seconds, and now it's 2.5. So he's definitely struggling now.
1.3 seconds now, 2.6 to Mitch.
He's running out of ERS as well, so this is going to be interesting to see what happens in the last few laps. There is MP. MP's close enough. Or is he? I think he's just outside. Up is 1.2. It's going to be less than a second as they cross the line. He's not got the DRS though. He's going to have to try and get past him next lap.
Oh, Vermeer is close enough, definitely, yeah.
He's got a lot of ERS as well, and they both have to be fair. They're both doing very well managing. Goes to the inside is Dan. He's going to try to switch back. No, oh, running outside, not quite enough room. Didn't have the speed either. There's Ricky. What's happened there then?
He's pitting.
Why on earth is he coming to the pits?
He's not making it, I think.
Wow. I don't understand the logic behind that pit stop. He was catching the guy in front, and he's gone for fastest lap, which he's not going to get because he's too far behind.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, he's going to get the fastest lap. He's not going to get the point for it though. He's 15 seconds off the guy in front of him.
I don't know who has the fastest lap right now.
Frodez loses the position again to real life. His X427 also comes into the pits for a fastest lap. So.
Oh, it's a battle for the fastest lap going on for P12 and P15, so that's completely useless. But still, you need to do something if you're not inside the points.
So. This is going to be a 3-way battle for the win here. Also, obviously on track, it's actually Mitch winning at the moment. But if he were to pick up a 3-second time penalty, that'd be very nice indeed. So, Mitch, if you're watching, please pick up 2 warnings now. This could
Yeah,
be a
we can
very
put the
juicy fight
commentator's
for the
curse
win.
on him.
Yeah. Varmir once again close. Is he going to go to the inside? Dan doesn't defend the inside this time, and the Force India slides up the inside. Trying to hold it from the outside. There's contact in his round. That's his round. And Dan Robbo made the mistake of not holding the inside, and he's now going to pay the penalty of losing not 1 but 2 positions potentially to Crowan as well, who's right there. Backs off though for now.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was just Vermeer closing the door or Dan Robber losing it, but at least
It was on the
Vermeer can
curb as
pass
well.
now.
Rohoda's also in for a fastest lap. None of these guys are getting a point, by the way. They are outside the top 10 and well off of scoring. Well, getting to the top 10, they are well off that indeed, which you can see here.
Yeah, Dominic put in a good chat, by the way. He said he's gonna take the point away, but I don't know who got the fastest lap right now. If it's someone inside the top 10, it's a smart move though.
Fastest lap at the moment is a 20.2 from Ricky. Before that, it was a 20.5 from MP, I think.
Yeah, so that's why. So he's
MP
just stealing the point of MP.
But unfortunately, the guys lower down are being. I'm not going to say that, but yeah, you get the point.
Yeah. The point
Ninja,
MP is not getting
almost within a second of Don Amos. Mitch has dropped off. What's happened to Mitch?
Ooh, 2.8 seconds now is the gap. I think he's just taking no risk anymore. Did he pick up his second warning?
As well, Juventus. MP almost has that 6 seconds. He needs to pull another 1.4. Trouble is now Varamir's in clean air, so if he's got any pace, he'll be unleashing it now. And Ricky not helping himself in terms of championship points because fastest lap is irrelevant.
Oh, MP with another one. So this just flown your last sentence out of the window. Because now he's got 9 seconds of time penalties. Oh, Mitch is outside the 3-second window. No, 2.7. I can't count. My maths are wrong.
I was going to say, I'm not sure what delta you're looking at.
Never mind.
Well, the battle for P14 continues. Profodos and XL27, who've made a mistake. But we turn our attention to elsewhere because there are much more exciting battles with much more higher stakes, that's for sure.
Yep, definitely, for the podium at least. Mitch now so close to the 3-second. Just inside 3 seconds. We need to hold on. Dynamo will know for sure. Oh, he's taking so much risk. He's really low on ERS compared to Dynamo. Now they're all low on ERS. Digitally, can he get within that 1 second window to maybe make a last moment overtake?
MP currently P5. Has he picked up any more time penalties?
9 seconds he's on.
Oh my goodness, 3 warnings in the last 4 laps. What are you doing, man? So he's got 9 seconds, so at the moment that's going to put him at 33. So he's going to finish P9 at the moment. He's about a 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second from finishing P9. So he's going to lose so many. So he's on course for currently 10 points, and he's going to lose all of those and be down for 2. What a sucker punch that is.
That's such a shame.
Mitch is out of 3 seconds. Mitch is that's
5,000.
He's struggling big time. Unless
so
Ninja pulls something out the bag in the final lap.
Exactly. Yeah, he needs to put the pressure on Dynamo, otherwise Mitch will not get the win. Oh, Mitch.
He dropped off middle sector. And Mitch, no, he's deep up. That's it. That's game over for Mitch unless he can produce the last sector of his life. It is game over for the win for him. He's going to get P2, but he's going to miss out on the win by 4/10 of a second. Got a better line though. But almost not the best line. through there. It's 0.2 of a second. Watching that leader gap. 3.2 is the gap. Donamos is going to cross the line P1. Ninja P2. Is it going to be enough for Mitch to get first place? It's not.
Nope, it's not. 5
Then he
tenths is
gets
the gap.
P2.
Oh.
Unlucky. Juventus, a fantastic race, is going to come home P4. Now, MP, this is the interesting one because this man has more time penalties than you would imagine. And he's going to drop right off it. Varamir not too far behind. So where is MP going to drop to? Juventus finishes a very, very classy P4 for starting P17. MP started last.
Vermeer.
Loses 1 to Varamir, loses 2 to Dan Robbo, who jumps Varamir as well. Crowan crosses the line, doesn't jump MP. Where's Matthew Robbo? Matrix has had a puncture. Matrix got puncture. Rear left.
Matrix puncture. Ricky P11.
No.
But we got Steve. Steve, he got 5-second time penalty. 2 tenths is the gap.
Can Ricky make it up in the last couple of corners?
5 second again. Yeah. Oh my days. Is that up? Ricky
Oh, yeah. He would have got it by 0.5 but of course, Steve had the time penalty anyway for corner cutting. Matrix is going to get robbed of 2 points. 24 laps on a set of mediums. I salute you for your bravery, sir, but that was just, yeah. Unlucky. Very unlucky.
Yeah. Oh my days. That's so unlucky. P13, unlucky number, yeah. It's just written in the stars.
What a shame. Yeah, that's very unfortunate there for Matrix. He was he did this.
Yeah, just inviting these guys to party. Donamo, Ninja, and Mitch.
Mitch, Juventus, Dan Robbo. I think Ricky didn't have a pen either. Yeah, so those 4 guys all without a pen. Real life Matrix, Profodes, all also without a pen, so well done to them.
Yeah, good job. Picking up no penalties, always a good thing.
Makes it interesting in terms of the championship as well, because well, Matrix, the top 2 not scoring points, which means Ginger gains on both of those 2, but it's still Ricky at the top. So Ricky still has a lead going into the next race at Monaco. Mitch will move on to 50 points, so he's still 12 behind. And Don Amos moves on to 35, so he's still quite a bit off. But yeah, definitely tightened up at the top of the that result.
I don't think these standings are, because how can Don Amos be on 10 points if he won last week's race? So oh yeah, of course. That's my mistake. Yeah, so maybe these are, yeah. But yeah, one thing for sure, Ricky lost a big amount of his lead. I said he needs to score some decent points every week to extend or at least hold that gap, but he just completely threw it away this week. That's a shame for him. Together with Matrix, really, both Ferraris not scoring good points.
Yep, big for Ferrari, especially in terms of the constructors as well.
Let's see, we got Tanama and Nia in, waiting for Mitch to join as well.
I think he's in, isn't he? Yeah,
he's in as well. Oh, I completely missed that one then. Okay, so yeah, we can start with the interviews. We start with Mitch. Well, Ninja finished P3. Sorry, I'm just asleep already. Nia, unfortunately, you picked up 3 seconds during the race, which puts you from P2 down to P3, which is 6 tenths behind Mitch. Yeah, just tell us about your race. Just not enough to take the win, and just not enough to take the P2. Down to P3, which is 6 tenths behind Mitch. Yeah, just not enough to take the win, not enough to take the P2. Yeah. On qualifying, were you depending on going onto the super soft tire, or you just knew straight for you're gonna go on soft tire? Yeah, and you were going on one lap after Dynamo and Mitch were coming into the pits. You extended your run by one more lap, but you were still struggling on the medium tires until the very last lap of the race. Should you have pitted one lap earlier, or do you still think it was the right call to pit one lap later? Yeah, that was really unfortunate, and yeah, just lost out by 6 tenths of a second, which is really unfortunate. But still, really good job, solid P3. Congratulations on the podium. Then continuing on to Mitch in P2. Mitch, you were so close to taking the win, but you dropped out outside 3 seconds on the last lap. Just yeah, how do you feel about this one?
Uh, not much I can say. I destroyed the mediums. Yeah. Uh, I think really the last corners where I really lost it, but either way, I'll take P2. I didn't really have the pace on the softs. I thought I had my tire issue rectified. It was gone 2 days ago, and it came back. So, for having tires that I was destroying and still finished P2, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, at least you got no penalty, so that's really a solid job for you. But what did you say? You were struggling on the tires?
Yeah, my left front. I don't know if it was the setup. I don't know. I rectified it earlier in the week, right before the race on Tuesday, and I didn't make any changes. But apparently, it decided to glare its evil face again today. It was just the left front. I couldn't keep it under temp for whatever reason, and it's causing me to lock up and just destroy the left front, and then I'd lose time.
Yeah, yeah, really, really unfortunate, but still, solid job on the P2. So congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Then coming to Dynamo, the race winner of today. Last week, you won as well. Not at the end because of the penalties, but on track at least you did. Unfortunately, I was too sick to do interviews, but now you're back on the podium. You said it last week to me, I'm gonna win to make sure I get an interview next week, and you did. Great job. It was really tricky with the 3 seconds you picked up. Were you really in doubt of taking the win, or did you know guys were gonna pick up penalties and just struggle to stay within the 3 seconds? Yeah, about being under pressure from the guys behind. Did you knew those guys had picked up penalties as well, or did you just wait till the end of the race to see if they got penalties? Yeah, really good job. And yeah, me and Lego were just discussing that the gap stayed almost the same for like the whole race, 33 laps. You guys were every time just a little outside that 1 second window to really close up to each other. You were just liking driving the exactly same pace. So yeah, you guys were just really doing a really good job. And yeah, congratulations on the P1.
You too.
So this rounds up the stream. I want to thank everyone watching who tuned in today. Thank you guys a lot. A different time, a different day. Because of Codemasters, we were struggling to get the servers up. Next week we will be back on a Tuesday. Lego, thank you very much for joining the commentary box with me. I really enjoyed this one. And yeah, that's it for me. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the podium, guys. We hope to see you guys back next week. See you later. Goodbye.